welcome to this episode of Joy's World, the podcast. Today I have a very special guest. He is a comedian, a presenter, an influencer. I can't even speak. This is a great start. An influencer and a truth teller. Please welcome Sideman. This is where you should have like a round of applause or something.
Woo! I'll be my own round of applause. I don't mind.
when I make it big, there'll be sounds. We'll have like some bombs and stuff.
Awesome.
Do you want me to call you Sideman or David?
I don't mind.
Okay. I feel like I shouldn't call you David because I feel like we're not on that level. I feel like it's like, you know, like when someone gives you a nickname that you didn't ask for.
Yeah. Like I'm not fussed like that.
You're not fussed.
I called myself Sideman, remember. I'm not fussed by what I'm called.
All right, I'll call you Sideman for now.
Okay.
My first question to everyone when I interview them is always the same. And I don't want like a, I'm fine answer. I want you to be honest. So my question is, how are you feeling today?
Today I'm feeling good. I'm having a bit of money anxiety, which I often have because I've spent a lot of money recently. Obviously, I just bought a house and then I'm doing things to the house. So I'm spending a lot of money. And even though, yeah, I have money, but I'm not used to spending that much money. It's not normal for me. It's new in my life. I spent the first 25 years of my life not spending money like that. So it's quite unusual for me. But yeah, other than that, I'm good though. Other than that, I'm good.
Good. Well, first of all, congratulations on buying a house. That is like one of my biggest goals. Like I really, really, really want to buy a house one day. But yeah, we'll see. Keep doing the podcast, we'll see. But yeah, that's a big achievement. My sister actually and her husband have just bought a house. They're moving to Reading.
Okay. That's good.
It's cheaper in Reading.
Yeah, I'm in Birmingham where it's much cheaper than London.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've only ever been to Birmingham once for what was supposed to be a romantic weekend away, Sideman, and I ended up leaving and going home on my own. So it didn't really work out. So I've got negative memories of Birmingham, but it's not Birmingham's fault. I might come back.
Whoever that person is, they let Birmingham down.
They really did. They actually really did. And the thing is, we didn't even go out and see Birmingham much. We just stayed in a hotel and went to Zzz's. There's Zzz's in London. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, God.
What would you suggest I do when I come to Birmingham?
Definitely visit the city centre. We've got a great city centre. It's really chilled vibes. I feel like London Central is not fun. But Birmingham city centre, it's more slower paced. Everybody's relaxing. It's more of a chilled vibe. I always say that London is like a club and Birmingham is like a house party. And I've always preferred a house party vibe. So yeah, definitely city centre. You can visit Star City, which is just like a place for all different kinds of things. You got a cinema there. I might be going there this evening. A cinema there. You've got bowling alley there. All kind of arcade games and stuff like that. So that's a chill place to go as well. Birmingham Reservoir is just a nice reservoir to just walk around and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a couple of things.
Are there nice men in Birmingham? Obviously, aside from yourself, because I need a husband. Allegedly, I would like a husband.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
There's nice men everywhere. But you just have to find them with a fine tooth comb. But they are everywhere. I don't want to promote the men of Birmingham as if they're better than anywhere else because I have no proof to suggest so.
The thing is, is like, I don't think I could do long distance. Could you do?
I really don't think that would qualify. I guess it would qualify at long distance. I guess it would. And I'm not up for long distance myself, really and truly. But I don't consider long distance. Say again, sorry?
So you need a Birmingham girl.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really consider London long distance.
It's long.
Like for me personally, I'm up London all the time.
Yeah. And that's where we met actually at Ashley Louise's event. Shout out to Ashley Louise. And I was drunk, and I just want to apologise because I was very drunk, and I don't even know what I said to you. To be fair, all I remember is that you said you'll do my podcast. So I was like, okay. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I wasn't drunk. I was sober, so I remember.
You like, does it get annoying like when people recognize you out and about? Like, so like you said you might go out tonight. Do people come up to you all the time and be like, Sideman, like, does it get jarring?
Not for me, because I've already reconciled within my brain that it's a part of the job and a welcome part of the job, because these people are the ones that allow me to be able to do what I do. When I talk about buying a house and everything like that, it's because of the engagement, it's because of people involving themselves, and engaging with my career. So I'm thankful. So when I see a person and stop, that's like my repayment. That's how I look at it. And it's a small price to pay for you being able to feed my family, look after my loved ones, look after my friends, and live comfortably. So no.
You don't mind it?
Nah.
Okay. So earlier you were saying about worrying about money and things like that, because obviously you've bought a house. I'm worrying about money too, but for different reasons. And I just left my job yesterday, actually. So I was
wow.
and I wasn't happy. So I was like, do you know what? It's time to leave. Like, I'm tired of being unhappy. And it was a bit of a, it was a scary decision. Like, I spoke about it with my family. Like, I really, I thought it out. And also, like, I'm worried about not just money, but I'm worried about, like, what if then, like, everything else doesn't take off and I might be going back with my tail between my legs. Do you know what I mean? So I wanted to quickly touch on when you left One Extra. Was that a split decision, or did you talk about it with your friends, your family? Like, how did you come to that decision?
I literally only spoke about it with my management team. I'm kind of the person that my friends go to talk about to figure out if a decision is wise. So I kind of speak to myself, but I spoke about it with my management team, and yeah, made that decision to leave. But I mean, with this decision to leave One Extra, even at the time, that wasn't what was paying me the most out of all of the things that I was doing. So it wasn't, even though it was a financial decision to make, it wasn't like, okay, I'm going from something to nothing. It was more just like, I'm taking away one of my streams of income.
Yeah. And would you work with the BBC again?
Yeah, I told him I'm happy to work with the BBC on things that promote my culture, that promote, the supporting and uplifting of Black people. I have worked with him since on projects that, fit that criteria. If it doesn't fit that criteria, then I'm not up for it.
Okay. And speaking of that, actually, that brings me nicely, Sideman. Now, I'm just saying, Mr. Mackenzie, who's the head of One Extra, could you just say a few words, maybe possibly recommending a young, visually impaired podcaster that would be really good on One Extra? It's up to you. It's up to you. No.
I strongly doubt they would take any recommendations from me.
No, I think they would. They all still love you.
I don't think there's any bad blood, but I just don't think. I think it's a bit cheeky to just leave them and say, well, oh yeah, by the way, this is who I think would be good there as well. You know what I mean? But I always tell people like this, man, if you build up enough of a brand, you won't have to ask anybody to bring you through in terms of, oh yeah, just set that up for me. You will be able to do that yourself.
Yeah. No, don't worry. One day.
And I do it. I do do it. I do, and people have done that for me, aligned it. But because I know, for instance, let me not say I know. I strongly presume if I was to suggest you, right, that they would say no, because I just know how it works there. That's not an indication of your talent. That's just an indication of the stage that you're at currently. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when the stage and the talent all level up and meet, yeah, and then I suggest you, there'll be a no-brainer for them.
I feel like everything happens when it's supposed to happen, and I feel like my time will come when it's meant to come.
I'm not even a fan of that.
Really?
I'm not a fan of, because a lot of people say everything's happened when it's supposed to happen, and they use that to be lethargic. They use that to be lazy. They use that to be slow with the pace. And I'm not saying you would. I'm just saying I've seen a lot of people not jump after opportunities, or they'll say they don't want to force it. But I've forced many things in life. when it comes to my career, and it's worked out for me.
I force things, but we won't go into that. Right, so I am struggling to understand. Wait, are you single?
Yeah.
Okay, is that a conscious decision? Like, because I'm like, why are you single?
Oh yeah, it is a conscious decision. Yeah, it's my choice.
It's your choice.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure I could be easily not single if I so chose to.
Yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of. Do you have a lot of DMs from women?
These a fair enough amount.
And you just ignore
a fair
them.
enough amount that I wouldn't.
What would a girl have to do to get your attention?
I don't know. It's not really about her. It's not really about her right now. It's about me.
Okay.
So it's about the lack of time that I have, the lack of want to that I have. I don't want to be in a relationship. I have a lot of women friends. I value friendship a lot, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not ready to change the way my life goes in terms of boundaries.
Okay. That's interesting. And I speak to quite a few men, and I feel like a lot of them do kind of want to wait till they're in a certain like position before they.
I'm getting there.
You're getting there.
I'm getting there. Yeah, I've bought a house. I'm settled. I'm a lot more settled down than I was before. Like I'm trying to do home stuff. Like soon I'm gonna look for somebody where we can just pick out gravestones together. Old people stuff. That's what I'm looking for. Old love.
Interesting. Old love is good love.
Yeah.
I just had a question for you. It's totally got on my head. It was something about homes, but I can't remember. I can't remember. That's terrible. So we know that you're a passionate guy. Yeah, you're passionate about a lot of things. But what is your biggest fear? Like, what scares you?
What is my biggest fear? Probably running out of money.
Okay.
Yeah. Financial fears are very high for me, purely because I have a lot of people to look after and look out for. Myself, my family, I care, my friends. I care about the people around me, and I want to make sure that they're good.
Okay.
So that's probably one of my biggest fears.
Okay. Interesting.
Which motivates me in it to keep working and to keep going and to solidify my finances in a way that it will maintain itself.
And I know that you're religious. How do you find keeping your faith at the forefront of your mind in an industry that is kind of annoying? There's a lot of fake people, there's a lot of bad shit that happens. How do you kind of do that? How does it balance itself out? Does that make sense?
I wouldn't dare to claim to say that it's balanced itself out. I'm definitely working towards it, and I'm a lot further forward than I have been in the past. And that's just that and that in it. I keep working at it. I would never lose my faith. My foundation when it comes to my faith is different level of strong. Only God could come down from heaven and tell me to not be a Christian anymore, and I listen. I am very serious about being a Christian. It is the foundation of my life. God is the center of my life. Without God, I would have nothing. My dad had cancer when I was 6 years old, and doctors said, it is you're not going to have a father. Your father is going to die. He was written off, and my dad is still with me today. My thankfulness to God is different. So yeah, it's a foundation that's sturdy in terms of I'd never change it, but in terms of maintaining it, make it grow stronger and stuff like that, that's something I'm constantly working towards. And it's why I turn down a lot of stuff, why certain stuff I won't do. It's why certain things that I have done I don't do anymore. It's for instance, even with just a lot of things, it's I'm just growing in a lot of ways.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I obviously I want to be a presenter. I mean, I love Holly Willoughby and everything.
Why do you say that you want to be a presenter?
Okay, I'm going to be.
Why do you say I'm going to be?
Because I am.
You am? No, that's what I'm saying. You are.
I am. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I am.
I don't know why people do that. People use success to kind of like, yeah, just say that. Yeah, I want to be a presenter on a bigger scale. You're already a presenter.
Yeah, I guess so. I am. Yeah, I am. And
no, I guess so.
I am.
There you go.
I am. Do you know what worries me, right? Is so obviously I do this podcast, but I would like to do television and radio. But one thing that's always worried me, and I don't know like what to do about this. So I'm asking you because you've done loads of things, right? Is there a lot of reading off a auto cue? Because I can't see shit. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, there is a lot of reading off an auto cue in but there also isn't, but there is a lot of it. But I'm sure any show that you would do would be somewhat centered around the understanding that you have that disability and, you know, you powering on nevertheless. Also, if you have a setback, then you just have to make sure that you're that good at remembering. So you really need to work on your memory and make sure like that, okay, this is the script. All right, give it me the night before. I'll make sure that I know it. Oh, what part of it we at? We're at section A. I know section A. So I'm saying section A now. Let's do section A. So that's what I would suggest. I have a lot of things that held me back when I first started. You know, when I first started, and this is not to compare it to your hindrances because they're far, far more serious. But when I first started, everybody just kept talking about the Birmingham accent. Nobody would actually critique my content as it pertains to how funny it was or how engaging it was. It was just like, oh my God, I can't stand the Birmingham accent. And I just kept talking until they accepted that is me. And now my voice is more synonymous with, oh yeah, that's Sideman's voice, than that it is the Birmingham accent. They just know that's me when I speak. So yeah, man, you have to put. I don't think about the reasons why I can't. I make sure that those are reasons that won't stop me.
Yeah, and you mentioned it being a hindrance, and do you know what I always say to people, because like I lost my sight when I was a child, and I always say to people like I feel like it makes me different. Like I don't know who I would be if I could see, and it actually it makes me laugh when people sometimes. And I've had this a lot, will come and say to me like, oh, pray, you should pray, like get your sight back. And I'm like, but like, if God doesn't make any mistakes, then it's not something to pray about. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like it's what makes me unique. And
I feel like that about the Birmingham accent now. Because there's a lot of jobs that I get specifically because I'm regional. Because sometimes they're looking for a regional talent, somebody outside of London, or somebody specifically for a Birmingham take, and it's actually gotten me jobs. So I get exactly what you mean.
Yeah, and it's hard though, isn't it? Because sometimes it's hard to know if you're just there to tick a box. I do feel like that a lot.
I don't mind.
You like ticking boxes.
See, like I was Black History Month coming up or now and everything. I'm here to get that Black History back. Yes, I will speak on your panels and your shows and your thingy. Just hand over the money. I don't mind. Never despise that, because at the end of the day, your agenda is different from their agenda. Their agenda is to tick a box. Once you show up, you get to rework that narrative. You get to show them your talent. You get to show them, okay, cool, you called me because I was the blind girl, but guess what now? I'm going to show you that I'm more than that. So let them tick their boxes and you tick yours.
Yeah, no, very true. Let's talk a bit about cancel culture and outrage. Obviously you do a lot of videos, you get a lot of comments. Do you actually read your comments? Do you pay attention? And how does it affect you, if at all?
I read all of my comments, and it would be impossible for my comments not to affect me at all, because I talk about serious stuff. If I'm talking about sexual abuse or anything like that, and then I see a man in the comment saying something that's, you know, untoward about what I'm saying, that's going to affect me, because I'm thinking about the woman that might be affected, that he's surrounded by. So yes, sometimes comments will affect me. As it pertains to comments affecting me on a personal level of, okay, what somebody says disparagingly about me, rarely and hardly and nigh impossible, because I've come from too far. I come from nada. I was in Jamaica literally carrying buckets of water from a tank, like, and I have carved out this career using my voice. You're not gonna get me to feel bad about myself at this point. I'm blessed. I'm blessed and highly favored and fearfully and wonderfully made. That's how I feel about myself.
Yeah, do you know what? I have comments on my Instagram, but I turned my comments off on YouTube because I did a video, I think it was last year, for Vice magazine, and oh my God, the comments, I was like, are people okay? Like, relax. Like, you know, people, like, you don't have to watch, you know, like, if you don't want to see it, you don't actually have to watch. But people are, the keyboard warriors are really real. They're really jobless.
You just have to remember, there's a couple of things to remember with keyboard warriors. Number one, they never care as much as you think. So remember, with social media, people are trying to get engagement, replies, and reactions. So they might feel venom towards you to a factor of 2, but they know that a factor 2 comment will not get engagement. But if they hype it up now and give you vim on the level of 10, that's when they start saying wild stuff they don't even feel, stuff they don't even mean, stuff that isn't even in their heart, just because they want to get the most interaction, the most comments, the pinned comment, the loads of replies, the loads of likes. So nobody ever hates you or dislikes what you've done as much as you would think. And once they drop their comment, it's fleeting. They've gone off to live their day. Don't spend the whole of your day thinking about what somebody said about you when they've gone off to do their own thing after that and then even thought about you since. That's what you got to remember with social media. Nobody cares about you.
Nobody, they really don't. Nobody cares. But that's the thing. Like, for me, I've got to a place where I really couldn't give a shit. Like, I am going to do what I want, say what I want. And if people like it, then great. If they don't like it, then that's okay. Goodbye. Do you know what I mean? But I don't let the positive stuff hype me up or gas me up and think that I'm too good. And I don't let the negative stuff get me down. I feel like you just got to just stay focused, really.
I'm saying every gassed up that's about me, it definitely isn't from what people have said. It's literally from what I say to myself.
Yeah.
I'm my biggest gasser.
Yeah. Because people don't know you. Do you know what I mean? They don't know you. They know what you put out, but they don't know you. What is the most meaningful thing that's happened to you this year? I think I know what the answer is going to be, but
it's definitely the house. Yeah, I'd say that. Ooh, yeah, it's the house. But close second is me getting back cool with a friend that I haven't been cool with for nearly a decade.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and we're back cool again. And that's my guy, man. And I'm very happy about it. It was like I lost something, and no amount of success, no amount of money, no amount of new friends could replace him. So I'm happy to have my friend back in my life.
You seem like you've got a lot of friends. Like, does Christmas get very expensive for you?
Nah. Ain't nobody getting. I don't celebrate Christmas. Plus, nobody gets any. I don't celebrate Christmas. None of my family celebrate birthdays. We don't do any of that. Literally, we only say happy birthday to each other. Where there's no gifts, there's no nothing. So no one's getting any gifts from me at Christmas. But in general, anyway, you might as well call me Santa when it comes to my friendship group, because I'm always lending a helping hand and stuff like that.
I love a good gift. Like every occasion, I want to buy someone something. Like I've got a few friends that are pregnant, and I just want to get them like a little mum to be box.
I have no pressure coming up to Christmas. I'm not thinking, oh my God, I gotta get this person this or that. Nothing.
Okay.
No pressure. I get to enjoy the holiday seasons free of guilt and worrying about, oh God, I gotta hit the stores.
Do you have any
what, sorry?
And for kids, do you not have any
Nobody,
like nieces,
no
nephews,
one,
no one?
No one gets any gifts. Nobody, and that's how it will stay.
Okay, so at the moment you are obviously making your videos, doing a lot. You're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. But what does success look like for you, or are you already there?
I would say that I'm already there. And it's just continuing doing what I'm doing. I would be happy to make the amount of money that I'm currently making for the rest of my life. Like, it'd be great. It's great to make more, but what I'm making currently, I'd be happy to make that for the rest of my life. I don't need any more than that. I'm quite happy. Like, I'm quite content. I'm more than content. I'm very happy with where I am currently. And I could even stand to, if I made half of what I made now for the rest of my life, I'd be all right with that. So I feel like success is different to everybody, but I was never in this to chase after so much money that I lose the time to live. I'm about living. Success is twofold to me. It's about, making enough money to have time freedom, but also then living, also then using that time to actually enjoy yourself, which I actually do.
And what do you see yourself doing in the future? Are you going to continue making videos, or what do you see yourself doing?
I see myself
what is
continuing to make.
50-year-old Sideman going to do?
I think my content right now is aligning with my values. So it's like I'm just talking about stuff that I care about. And that's what I want to do anyway. That's what I do with my friends all day and every day anyway. So if my career continues to streamline with the things that I want to do, then I probably will have a long career, and I probably will not even feel the need to quit because I'm doing stuff I want to do anyway. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay. And my last question for you is, do you need another friend?
Why, you want to be my friend?
Yeah.
I would love you to be my friend. I think you should come to Birmingham and let me show you a good time, seeing as you had such a bad time before. Okay.
It's you said it now. It's on the recording. So
yeah.
The people are going to be
like,
Joy, did you go and see Sideman? I'm like, no, he never replied.
No, if you set it up, let me know when you're free. I'm pretty much free a lot. So you let me know when you're free. Come down, man. Come down, spend a couple of days. I got a room for you.
Oh, well, I can see the new house.
Yeah.
Oh, can we go to do you have IKEA in Birmingham?
Why do London? What's wrong with Londoners? Everything you have, we have.
Are you sure though?
There's no store that you have that's of any repute that we don't have. What's wrong with you? IKEA. What do you think? So what do you think we're sitting on leaves and branches? I don't understand.
I don't know. You might have a Birmingham equivalent.
The London disrespect just has to stop. It just has to stop.
Look, if you need someone to go to IKEA with, I'll go IKEA. I love getting the candles, get bare candles. Okay.
I just bought a bunch of lights. Literally, when I come off here, I'm about to set up a bunch of lights in my back garden.
Oh, okay. Right, so I'm coming to Birmingham. I'll let my mum know. She'll look after my daughter for the weekend, and I'm coming to Birmingham. This is exciting. Exciting.
Yeah, come down.
Okay, so before you go, everyone that comes on my podcast, I like to get them a gift. You don't like giving gifts. I like giving gifts, okay? So you've got a Joy's World the podcast goodie box. It's got stuff. It's got chocolates in it, yeah?
That's so nice.
And stuff. But I like to think about the gifts that I'm giving. So you do the +44 podcast on Amazon with Zizi Mills. Shout out to Zizi. And there was a big conversation about whether or not you was an alpha male.
Yes.
Now, Sideman, I think you're an alpha male.
Thank you.
Now, to Zizi, she can have her opinion. But next time you go into a conversation like that with Zizi, you need to be prepared. I know that you're a fan of a hat, so I got you this.
Hey! I might wear that every podcast now. I might wear that all the time. I might just wear that all the time.
Just so people know. Just so people know. Also, I was stalking your Instagram like the good researcher that I am. And I know that you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that how you say it? Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what I said. That's what I said. It's a connection.
Said Yu-Gi-Oh!
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
The take photos, do you know what I mean? This is how we say it in London. Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought I didn't want to get you cards because I know you've got cards. You was up till 4 a.m. playing with them, right?
Yes.
I thought, do you have anything to put your cards in? So I bought you, and I'm really pissed off, because Amazon's let me down because it's coming between 4:15 and 8:15. So I'm really pissed. Oh my God. It's okay, I printed out a picture of what it is for you. So it is a binder.
Oh, sick. That's actually sick.
Do you know what I mean?
That is so
you've got something to put your cards in now. So when you're playing your friends, do you know what I mean? Yours are going to be organized. I'm going to have multiple different decks and that. I literally started thinking about how I'm going to arrange it as soon as I saw it now. Thank you so much. I appreciate that massively. You're welcome. I'll bring it when I come for the weekend. Hey. Well, that to make sure that you actually get to come. Yeah, that's it. No, I was always being serious. No, but you said it. I don't believe you.
And I mean it.
Do you mean it?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
But what are we gonna do though? Because like I like to drink and you don't drink.
Yeah. I'm listen. I'm not here to entertain you. I just said you can come. If you want to go, I'm like a homebody as well. This is why I keep setting up my house. I got the hot tub here. I got the
You got a
basketball
hot
here.
tub?
Yes, I got a pool table here.
In my
I lit
swimming costume.
The hot tub literally came yesterday. So literally, like, you're gonna I do you just be here and do you. Like, yeah.
Okay.
And we can go IKEA and that, yeah.
Okay. Is there only one IKEA in Birmingham? I'm guessing.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. I look forward to Birmingham on the train.
Yes, and I look forward to you continuing to do what you do and seeing where it goes, seeing where it leads you.
It's gonna go far. I've quit my job now. So
hey, it better.
I don't know what I was thinking.
All right.
But yeah. Thank you so much. And guys, thank you for listening to this episode of Joy's World, the podcast. Make sure you follow your dreams and follow me on Instagram at Joy's World, the podcast. Follow me on Twitter at JoyXOXO. Email me if you're a hot guy, joyspodcast@hotmail.com. Sideman, do you want to shout out your Instagram, although everyone probably knows it?
My Instagram is at Sideman all day, as is my Twitter.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Remember to stay happy and live your best life always.